Queen City of Queensland's Darling Downs. Toowoomba is situated on the crest of the Great Dividing Range and occupies a valley at the junction of two tributaries of the Western Waters, which flow into the Darling River. It is an expansive city of long, broad streets. Ruthven Street is the principal thoroughfare and runs north and south for several miles. The City Hall has a clock tower, and the Soldiers' Memorial Hall occupies the adjacent corner of Herries Street. Margaret Street and other business streets intersect Ruthven Street at right angles, forming spacious city squares. The post office and courthouse are substantial 19th century structures of stone. The Technical College is modern. Close by is a plane tree from the Mediterranean. The city is celebrated for its public and private gardens, its lovely flowers and beautiful trees. The municipality maintains extensive parks, whilst in the botanical gardens, among elegant shrubs and tall conifers, may be seen a magnificent display of blooms. In this mountain climate, some species must be grown under glass. In Laurel Bank Park are sturdy English oaks with palms and flowering trees from overseas. Graceful shade trees, including camphor laurels and plane trees, beautify the city streets, as in Campbell Street and Geddes Street. In Margaret Street is a grove of weeping willows. Each year, incidental to the Carnival of Flowers, there is a competition in several classes for the finest private gardens in Toowoomba. The competitors take great pride in their gardens and vie with one another for continuing success from year to year. This house garden of 1953 was the competition winner in 1951. The pink flowering peach is a favorite subject with home gardeners. In the temperate climate and volcanic soil of Toowoomba, all types of vegetation flourish. Turf and lawns attain an excellence unsurpassed elsewhere. Clifford Park Racecourse occupies a site on the heights overlooking the city. A large crowd is attracted to the gay setting for the Carnival of Flowers Cup meeting. The Cup horses receive last-minute attention. The horses file out onto the track for the Carnival of Flowers Cup. Approaching the starter. And they're off. Lady is the winner. The horses return to the weighing enclosure. Mayor Anderson presents the cup. King's Lady is coy and says, "What's this? You can have it. I don't want it." A trophy for the winning jockey. The Toowoomba Bowling Club's green is typical of the high standard of Toowoomba's recreation grounds and playing fields. The City Golf Club's course is likewise well cared for. In tranquil, rural surroundings, it is only a mile distant from the City Hall. Prior to the opening of the annual Carnival of Flowers, a ceremony of remembrance is held at the Mother's Memorial, which honors the citizen soldiers of Toowoomba who gave their lives in the cause of freedom in the First World War. A wreath is laid upon the memorial by the Carnival chairman, who afterwards introduces the Mayor of Toowoomba, who in turn invites the Honorable Jack Duggan, MLA, to open the 1953 Carnival of Flowers. The Carnival procession commences, led by the Northern Command Band and the Carnival Queen's float of 40,000 artificial flowers. The Queen's float is followed by the Returned Soldiers League float. The procession, to the music of several bands, continues through the principal streets, which are crowded with residents and visitors. Besides local organizations of all kinds, neighboring towns and districts are represented in the procession. After the procession has passed, the crowd spreads from the footpaths to the roadway, providing a spectacle of colour and movement in city streets. During the day, many visitors make a tour of the city to view the floral displays in streets and private gardens. The beautiful blooms in the prize-winning garden of 1950 were much admired. A home builders section for gardens of homes built in 1947 and after produced some splendid entries. 2 gardens tied for second place in this section and were highly commended in the open class. Special interest was taken in these gardens by visitors from other cities and towns. The winning garden in the home builders section provided so brilliant a display that it was only narrowly beaten in the open class. Nothing less than unremitting care and attention throughout the year could have won for this garden the proud title of Champion House Garden of 1953. That householders should take so great a pride in their gardens is wholly commendable, particularly those who have comparatively recently established new homes. This garden shared second prize in the home builders section and was awarded third prize in the open class. The winning garden in the home garden section showed a mass of flowers against a background of decorative and flowering shrubs. A picturesque contribution to the Carnival of Flowers celebrations was made by the Toowoomba Youth Centre. To witness this, a large number of people assembled in Queen's Park. The ceremony to be performed is the crowning of the Floral Queen of the Toowoomba Youth Centre. Members of the youth organization, in their pretty costumes, made a charming picture and were greatly admired by parents, relatives, friends, and visitors. Toowoomba's flowers could have provided the inspiration for the colors chosen for the dresses of the Queen and her attendants. With unhurried dignity and traditional pageantry, the crowning of the Floral Queen proceeds. At the conclusion of these picturesque formalities, there was a delightful interlude of floral dances prior to the ceremonial departure of the Floral Queen. The Dolls Parade was a novel feature, and finally there was a parade of children in fancy dress, bringing to a close a memorable afternoon's festivities. Cooby Creek Dam provides the water supply for Toowoomba's homes and gardens. Water is a community's primary need. Upon the conservation of our water resources depend the country's progress and prosperity. Ere we leave the city, we look eastwards from the range across the farmlands of the Lockyer Valley, in a panorama extending to the distant Bassifin Valley, the Liverpool Range, Wivenhoe, and the Dagwilla Range, beyond the confluence of Lockyer Creek and the upper Brisbane River. Tabletop Mountain is a familiar landmark in the near foreground. Ever to remain with us will be the memory of our departing view across the wide and fertile Darling Downs, over the unforgettable fields of waving corn.